Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rod's VW Garage. This morning, we're going to continue working. On the 57. And we're going to tackle at least, some of this roof dents. There's quite a bit of it, but it's coming up. Like I said in my last video, we're just gonna take care of the low spots, and as of now, is good because it's not oil canning, and I don't feel big dents or big indentations. So that means the roof is already it's not caved in. So it's up and staying on its own. So now we're gonna just address this high spots. There's a few of them. That's why I got those new dollies and hammers to get this taken care of. So we're gonna go and sand it, and we're probably gonna sand this roof, or not sand it, I'm sorry. We're gonna probably get all this paint, chemically strip this paint, because it's got all kinds of little pinholes and all this stuff. And that, when you put filler and when you put all that stuff, collects moisture and rust and all this stuff, and it's just gonna come through. And this is one of the most important parts of the car, is the roof. That's the first thing you see when you look at a Volkswagen. When you look at it, you look at the roof and you're like, oh my God, that's a horrible looking roof. So we're gonna strip it all the way down, and then we're gonna get all those indentations out. And stay with me, let's get it done. All right, guys, so I've been working. Let me take these earplugs off. I've been working this roof right here, and I had clear most of the lows on this side. So I'm gonna put a time lapse so you can see there's a low right there. There's a low, and the low, when I go with my DA sander, it's not touching it, so it won't touch it. So because it's a low here, right? So it's gonna skip it. It's gonna be here and here, the sandpaper. So I'm gonna come from the bottom, and I'm gonna smack it a couple times, just very gently, and try to get this up. And that's I found that's the easier way to do it. And then just come back around with the DA sander and go over it and see if it disappears. And it's working out pretty good. So I got this low spot here, got this one, I got this one back here. So, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I think it's getting back to the shape, and we're almost done with this, I think. And remember, I just want to, remind you that this roof, when I got this car, this roof was caved in. So this right here was caved in like that. I guess where it was sitting, I guess kids were jumping on the roof and stuff like that. So that's why the roof was caved in. So you can tell by the little rust, the surface rust it has, that there was a pool up there. So you can see it here. There was a big dent right there. There was a big dent, and then right there was a dent, and then that big huge dent right there. So, and I've been working it, and it's been coming out. So, and the guy, let me take this thing off. The earplugs on. Hammer makes a lot of noise. So the person that had this car before me, he wanted, because the roof supposedly for him was so damaged, that he wanted to do one of those just not a kit car, but he wanted to do some crazy stuff. He wanted to cut it right here, just leave the windshield. He wanted to cut it right here, and then eliminate all this stuff. And then he wanted to cut it right here. So he wanted to cut the roof of it, right? The entire roof, leave the, he wanted to leave the oval window, and then he wanted to make it like a semi-convertible, kind of like a cabriolet or a spider, I guess. I don't know, but that was his intentions. His intentions was to cut it, I think, either here, going down this way like that, and leave this, or he wanted to cut it here and leave the big louvers and or the grill. I don't know. His vision was different, way different than my vision. And so I was lucky enough to rescue this car. Anyways, and then I got it up there. There's a body fender. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a fender kit. It's fiberglass right there, 2 inches. And then he wanted to come 2 inches more out. So he wanted to make like a rod out of it. And this car didn't deserve that. So it deserves to be on the road, and it deserves to be, if it lasted so long with this, you know, with the Horizon Blue paint, it should go back on the road. It's like my black ragtop over there. If it lasted this long with the original color, and you know, this is 57 cars. It's, you know, 60 years old. So if they lasted this long with the original paint, and then, yeah, this one has some cancer. I got rid of all that stuff. So it makes sense putting it back on the road. And I really don't like restoring cars, but this one needed to be restored. The front clip was replaced at one point in time. And so I don't think this one could be, you know, not restored. He needed to be restored. That one over there, on the other hand, that one is not going to get restored. So, all right, let's keep doing. All right, folks, like you see, I was, you know, working the metal, and you can tell, man, everything is coming up. So, come on, no, it's not going to be perfect, but trick, you got to have a hammer or a tip of hammer, you see it, that is the same curvature of the metal that you're working with, okay? You cannot have a flat hammer, because if you have a flat hammer like this hitting from the bottom, you're going to dent it up, and then you will have to work those high spot down. So it defeats the purpose, and it's working, because you can tell right here is where that edge of that dent in, or the caved in, was. And I didn't work this side, I worked the other side. So now I got to work this side and this right here. But it's getting there. And it's looking, man, I'm not a professional, man. But it's getting where everything is going to be close to, you know, where the shape. And then we're going to sand, or we're going to clean all this stuff out. We're going to sand it all out. And then we're going to come and mud it, and it's going to be laser straight. So, and that's what we want. You know, I wish the roof, and this car was a candidate for a ragtop, you know, because the roof was that bad, that I think. But now it's getting to the point, you know, this is for me, so I can spend the time. You know, there's a lot of you guys that cannot spend the time because you know, you either restoring for somebody else or whatever not. So you don't have the time to get this done like this. But I do have the time, and this is what I do. This is my hobby, my passion. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going and working all those low spots that you see. And of course, when you lift some spots, you're gonna create some other low spots, but you're gonna come with the light spoon and you're gonna hit those down and you're gonna get it, you know, dialed in, okay? Let's keep going. All right, folks, now that I have been working some of the areas, so I'm done with the roof. That's all I'm gonna do to the roof. It looks good. Actually, it looks good. So I'm gonna leave it just like that, and we're gonna mud it, and we're gonna contour it, and it looks good. I don't think it's gonna cave in anymore, and it's got the rigidity that needs. So I've been working on the mounts for the rear bumper right there. They were out too far. So when you put the fender on here, it would be hugging one of the sides. So I just got it where had to beat it in right here in underneath, so to get it closer to the body, and it turned out pretty nice. So that's done, and I've been going around. I just went here and tried to get all this little dents out. Got a dent from here, from the door. I got a dent here and a dent from here. And been working the metal all around, non-specific area, just going around because I like moving around a lot. So anyway, so now we're almost to the point where we're pretty much done. So I'm gonna start stripping the roof. I gotta strip it because that paint is no good. That paint, it needs to be stripped all the way down to the metal in order to give a nice contour, or a nice layer of filler, and then sand it so we can get really nice flattened roof. And then if you see everywhere that's gonna have some mud, it's all the way to the metal. So everything. So I need to get this area right here. This area is really good. I just fixed this area right here. So, and I need to do the other side, and that's what I'm gonna be concentrating right here. Because this is my first half quarter that I replaced, and the quarter came and I didn't know that you need to adjust it from the factory. So how it came, I weld, and it just turned out really bad. So, but I came in, I cut it, slice it, and put it back together, and it turned out pretty nice. But we got a bubble here, so it's the metal stretched. So if you look at it from this side, you can see that the metal is stretched right in that area right there. So I'm gonna come in with the torch and do something that I just learned not too long ago, a couple days ago, and it works really good. It worked really well. I did use it on the door, so it works really well. And we're gonna use it on here. We're gonna hit it with a hammer, and then planish it. So just stay tuned for that.